Starrett? Sturgis? Thomas? Here. Weber? Here. Wegman? Here. Winicky? Here.
Now we have any public comment. This board is made up of a bunch of unemployed comedians. We enjoy being here. I have a presentation from Becky Gillum, the Fourth Reserve Foundation.
Hi, everybody. Becky Gillum. My address is 407 Highland Avenue in West Dundee. So good to see you all today. Thank you, Mr. President, for letting me speak this morning. And to the commissioners and your guests, it's so good to see you. I'm here today to talk to you about our the Kane Forest Preserve Foundation. And it's made up of several members. Mark Davist is a member. I'm a member. We also have Steve Collins, Tony Sisto, John McGovern, and Monica Laurie and Ken from the Forest Preserve. So they help us a lot. First of all, I just want to reiterate what the Forest Preserve Foundation's mission is. We are here to support the Forest Preserve District through charitable efforts that advance the district's mission of acquisition, preservation, restoration, education, and recreation. And all of that is meant to improve the lives of all the citizens of Kane County. This first charitable effort was our Adopt a Turtle program. I'm sure you've all been updated on that. We've had more than 100 donors. I don't have the rest of the stats with me today, but I don't know how many turtles we've raised and let go. It's been a wonderful effort on the part of, thank you for permitting that. And, but what I'm really here to talk to you about, we're launching a new fundraising initiative, and you'll find at your desk, we're having a native plant sale. We talked about a lot of different things that we wanted to do, and we're starting with this one because when we did our research, we found that there were very few native plant sales in Kane County. There's one outstanding one. It's a not-for-profit. They do a really good job, but I think our capacity to bring this, an event like this to Kane County is going to be really great. So you'll see that it's on Saturday, May 2nd, 9 to noon at Brewster Creek. We are starting pre-sale orders at the end of the week, and they go through April 15th. This is really a cooperative effort. We're using a Kane County business. Midwest Ground Covers is going to be the supplier for the event. They're right across the street from Brewster Creek, so it's very convenient. And the goal of this is not just to have a sale. We want to keep expanding on the sale every year, hopefully turn it into a real provider of natural plants, and then maybe expand it into a 2-day event, maybe similar to the IAPD fundraiser that they have in the spring every year. Everybody looks forward to that. So maybe we can do something like that out here. And one of the things that I really wanted to come is to ask for your support in this endeavor. And you can do that in so many different ways. You can help spread the word about the event. We have more flyers for you. You can excuse me, purchase plants would be another way, a great way to do that. You can make a donation, just a monetary donation. Like, for example, today's per diem. You could pledge that amount to the Forest Preserve effort. That would be awesome. Well, and I'm sorry. That would be a great way. And then we'd love to have you come by the sale and see what we're doing. This sale is really going to, I think, establish the Kane Forest Preserve Foundation's name in Kane County. So we really hope that you come by and support that. And we also are looking for more board members. We have 3 or 4 openings. If you know of someone that would be interested in getting involved in volunteering, I have board packets here for you. You could take them and give them to your friends, talk to them about it. We would really appreciate that. So May 2nd, I'm going to stick around till after the meeting. So if you'd like to talk about it, I can answer any questions today.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Hoshite wants to talk to you about joining.
I have a packet.
There you go.
Thank you all so very much.
Thank you very much. Next on the agenda is a presentation of the minutes from February 11th. Would somebody like to move them? Deborah Allen and Barbara Winicki move in second. There's a discussion on the minutes. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. They're approved. Presentation of and approval of the bills and commissioners per diem for February 2020. Would somebody like to move that? Mr. Leonard moves. Ms. Burrell seconds. Is there discussion on the bills and the commissioners per diem? Ready to vote? It's a roll call vote.
Allen. Aye. Barrero.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Frost.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Oshite.
Yes.
Iqbal.
Yes.
Cayos.
Yes.
Copey.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Lewis. Martin.
Yes.
Molina. Sanchez.
Yes.
Silva. Surges. Thomas. Weber. Wegman. Winicki.
It's approved. Under bids and proposals, we have a resolution 2775, resolution accepting a bid for the weed management of reed canary grass at the various preserves. Would somebody like to move that? Mr. Caius moved. Teresa Burrow seconds. Is there any discussion? We're ready to vote.
Allen. Barrero. Davis. Frost. Hanson. Oshite. Iqbal. Cayos. Copey. Leonard. Lewis. Martin. Molina. Sanchez. Silva. Surges. Thomas. Weber. Wegman. Winicki.
Stands approved. 2776, resolution accepted a bid for garlic mustard control at the Bliss Woods and Johnson's Mount Fourth Reserve. Mr. Leonard moves. Mr. Hanson would like to say. Is there discussion on this? We're ready to vote.
Allen. Barrero. Davis. Frost. Hanson. Oshite. Iqbal. Cayos. Copey. Leonard. Lewis. Martin. Molina. Sanchez. Silva. Surges. Thomas. Weber. Wegman. Winicki.
It's approved. Number 2777, resolution accepting a bid for weed management of the wild chervil control at various forest reserves. Who would like to move that? Mr. Weber moves. Mr. Caius seconds. Is there discussion on this? Yes.
As I mentioned in the committee meetings when we voted for these previously, and I'm certainly in favor of this, I just want to mention that keep in mind that this is a long-term investment in weed control, and that we also are monitoring over a long period of time so that we can show the benefit of each one of these weed control measures that we take from year to year. So in 5 years, we won't look back and say, well, where were we? This as long as we're keeping track of exactly our mission, and that is to make sure that we're applying less herbicides and using less chemical measures to control the weeds. That's just my comment. So in favor.
Okay. Any other comments? We're ready to vote.
Allen. Barrero. Davis. Frost. Hanson. Hernandez. Oshite. Iqbal. Cayos. Copey. Leonard. Lewis. Martin. Molina. Sanchez. Silva. Surges. Thomas. Weber. Wegman. Winicki.
It's approved. 2778, resolution authorizing a bid for the construction of a concrete pad for the new salt storage building at the new North Operations Center. Oh, Deborah Allen would like to move that. True Frosbit second. Is there discussion?
Sanchez?
Yes.
Silva?
Yes.
Burgess?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Wegman? Winnicki?
Yes.
It's approved. 2779, resolution authorizing a proposal from H.R. Green for engineering services for the Fox River Trail repaving project in Elgin Township. Debbie Allen would like to move. And Lucy would like to second. Anita will. Sorry.
It's okay.
Is there discussion on this? This is the area south of the 12 road. It's quite a long area and with some of its own problems. We're ready to vote.
Allen? Guerrero?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Frost?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Oshite?
Yes.
Iqbal?
Yes.
Cayos?
Yes.
Hopi? Leonard? Lewis? Martin?
Yes.
Molina? Sanchez?
Yes.
Silva?
Yes.
Surges?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Wegman?
Yes.
Winnicki?
Yes.
Since approved, number 2780, resolution authorizing a bid and funding for the Settlers Hill Golf Course Improvement Project. Would somebody like to move that? Mr. Davis? Mr. Leonard, would you like to second? Mr. Leonard would like to second. Is there discussion? Mr. O'Shea?
I just want to reiterate my objections that I had made at the committee meetings regarding the expenditure of the amount of funds on this project. This is a $7 million commitment to a golf course. When the market for golf courses right now, we could probably buy 3 or 4 golf courses for that amount of money. I know that there's $4 million in landfill funds that are available to dedicate to that site, which I have no objection to using there, but with this, if this is approved, we're committing over $2 million in forest preserve resources to the project. And as one voter on this board, I would rather buy another 200 acres or restore several other 100 acres back to prairie. We have long-term capital needs that the voters have supported us for. That's really those are the projects they want us to follow. And so it's just a matter of preference. This isn't a personal issue between board members. It's where do we dedicate our money. I would prefer that we go back to committee and vote this down and task the committee to allocate the $4 million in landfill money to this project, which is still twice as much as it would cost to buy 2 golf courses. So much wiser expenditure of funds. So I'm voting no on this.
Is there any other comments? Mr. Martin?
This vote today is a culmination of activity on the part of the staff and the committee that's been working on this since about 2011. And consistent with that, what the committee's charge was pursuant to the votes taken here and the general state of mind is that what the board wanted to end up with was a quality golf course. We have a course now that I think the most accurate statement is it has great bones. It's a great course. What the course needs is necessary repairs and renovations. And if we're going to move it into the area of being competitive and garnering better golf course supervision and administration, we need to spend some money on it. Mr. Hoshite's correct. $4 million and change comes from the tipping fund that was established for purposes of improving Settlers Hills in consideration for the landfill that ran many years at the profit of the county. The fact is that you could to the point of you can buy golf courses. Well, you can buy a failing golf course just like you can buy a house that's a wreck, or you can buy any other property that's a problem. This is not a failing golf course. This is a good golf course that is due for renovation and work. There's been no substantial capital expenditure on drainage or irrigation or anything else for the 30 years that this course has been operating, and for the 30 years that we've been receiving a management fee for the existence of that course. So today, what the motion asks is that in addition to the funds that were deposited for the approval, is that we take $2 million of the Forest Preserve's existing funds and enable the continuity and the improvement of an asset that we own. You could say, well, we're not in the golf course business. Well, we've been in the golf course business for 28 years. We own a course, and the goal here is to maintain it and to have a course that not only we can be proud of, but that we can manage in a manner that will either produce revenue or bear its expenses to the benefit of the Forest Preserve. There's no fluff in this deal. We've gone back as a committee, gone back and looked at the bids. We don't have a lavish club. We have no clubhouse as part of the deal. We're not, this is what we've done in the context of what we've ended up with here, is to put together what will be a good, solid golf course for the next 30 or 40 years. The staff has been diligent in the economics involved here. We have $250,000 of grants that are subsidizing part of the expense for this. And frankly, we've already spent over $800,000 in planning what this board has authorized as to get us here to this point today. So to suggest at this point in time that we go back and in effect reinvent the wheel means that on top of that $800,000, we're going to have, I'm not going to speculate how much it would take beyond that, and spend money. And when you look at the list of things that are being done with this course, it begs the question of what, in fact, you would take out of the equation. The irrigation system needs to be replaced. The drainage system needs to be brought into the current century. The configuration of the course is since the day it was begun, was planned to be modified to bring it into standards that are common with golf courses. So this isn't a radical project. This isn't moving into areas that we're not familiar with. This is consistent with what the board has authorized, and for that reason, I'm supporting it today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a question. Does the $4 million in the landfill fund, is that use of all funds?
I believe there's still money left in the landfill fund. Mr. Anderson, do you know how much will be left if we take $4 million, when we take the $4 million out?
The $4 million has already been transferred to the district, right? Yeah. There's $3 million in the fund. I forget if it's the enterprise or which fund it is, but that $3 million is there to protect any potential issues that may arise at Settlers Hill and Midway landfills.
Mr. Sturgis?
So we kind of have a opportunity today with our young people here to do some mentoring, and my understanding on this is that we're not being asked to do something without consequence. If we choose to do nothing on this, there is still a cost involved, and it's a substantial cost. Or we could choose to take action, which is an even greater cost. So for you young 4-Hers sitting there, we don't have a choice to do nothing. There's an expense to us to do nothing and an expense to do something. which way do you want to go? You just don't get to sit on the fence on this one. So that's kind of my perception of this, and if I'm inaccurate, somebody smarter than me, please let me know.
You want to go? Monica would like to go through the handout we left here for you to look at.
We probably all the answers to the questions that I think a lot of you have talked about to staff over the last week. So I'll just quickly go through this. So the project, we've been working on the project since 2011. And so just to give everybody kind of a framework, the whole thing started reviewing the
keep us under what we have a target of less than 10% for active versus passive recreation in our forest preserve. Is that the right terminology? Maybe not.
Right, that's the percentage that we were the commission on back in the day when we did the original master plan, right? We're well below that.
So we're not. The point I'm making is this is not, what we're considering here is not going to be taking us into brand new extra.
We're not going to blow our ratio up, no.
So that's the good point.
Right, the entire property is within that percentage, so there's no change.
Yeah, my concern is that the profitability of the, number two concern is the profitability in the long term of golfing, and just in general, as I mentioned in the committee meetings, that there are other golf courses that are struggling as well. But as long as we commit and know that we want to do this as an obligation to the community that we promised and understand that, and just make sure that we don't get caught flat-footed in 3 years going, why do we do this? Third is there a chance that, part of the problem we're in right now is that we took the money from the course that we had and didn't reinvest over a period of time, as I understand it?
Well, the one thing to keep in mind too is that with the management company, their responsibility is to maintain the assets and give them. They set it as this and they do all the maintenance. So we come in and the couple projects that I mentioned, those were the items that were past the useful life and needing replacement, which we've done.
Yeah. But is there a way that we can apply or target or fix the revenues that we generate that are in excess of operation to make sure that it goes back into the golf course, so in 30 years we're not running into the same situation, having to put a big bunch of money that we definitely will not have because we wouldn't have the tipping fees the next time. I don't know if that's just a rhetorical question. Yeah, I'd like a serious conversation about that. And actually, are we moving the club house up to a different location? Is that what I saw on the map?
We were turning on just a clubhouse in a different location. Right now, this would be, we work
Not yet.
on the construction and operate as we are.
So the roofing that we've invested in on that current clubhouse is going to take us for several years? Bigger.
Yes.
That's a 50-year, yes.
We're not throwing it away.
Yeah.
And then just a concern, or maybe just to throw in, maybe is there the possibility of grants in the future, say it doesn't turn out to be as profitable as we thought, to help us cover the cost of operating it and maintaining it as we go in the future?
I'm not aware of any operating grants, just construction grants.
Yeah. Okay, that's my 5. Thank you. Or actually, the point would be, I think that, on my point of view, I think that the pluses, although the $2 million concerns me greatly, especially with the nature of the golfing as it is now, the positives with what we have and what we're planning on doing, as explained with the brand new irrigation, help alleviate problems with water permeating the substrate and causing problems. I think the benefits outweigh the negative at this point, so I believe I'm going to vote in favor of it.
Dr. Silva?
as Mr. Surges has correctly pointed out, we've got to do something. So what do you generally recommend we do if we don't approve the renovation?
I would approach it two different things. First, from an economic perspective, I would get bids from management companies to see if they would be willing to pay us for the moving golf course to see if the economics make sense. And I would, secondly, limit our investment into the golf course to the funds that are available and preserving our $2.1 million forest reserve funds for other village reserve leases. $4 million is a lot of money. There's significant renovations that can be done with $4 million. You can build a brand new golf course for $4 million. So what we're taking is, Mr. Martin said, the bones are good. We did enhance the bones with $4 million and still preserve our open space. Restoration.
Mr. Circus, did you still want to speak?
Ms. Thomas asked the same question. John, I had started by saying there is a cost to do nothing. What is that cost? I mean, if we're going to close this course down,
Say, let's scale back the renovation or less than that.
Mr. Leonard?
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, a couple of things I'd like to point out. First of all, on a good note, it's wonderful that we in the Forest Preserve have over 22,000 acres of land. It's a wonderful asset for all our residents. It's also a responsibility and an annual expense. With respect to this golf course renovation, we are receiving right now $150,000 of revenue. If we don't do anything, the irrigation system alone may preclude us from even opening the course in a year or two. Then maintaining might be as much as anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000, $250,000 a year. Taking a look at the revenue we're getting now, $150,000 a year, the expenses we would have to incur if the course is not approved, you know, we're looking at conservatively $250,000 a year. I do understand that we would be spending $2,106,000 of the Forest Reserve money to make this course not only better, but improve it in many ways. Giving a program to children, golf for kids, the driving range, the improved irrigation, the drainage improvements. I think that $2,106,000, if we even cut back on the revenue from $150,000 a year to $100,000 a year, we're getting a 5% return on that money. I don't know where else you can get that kind of a return. So I am voting for this. I believe it's something that we need to do. We have a commitment to the community. We made a promise, and we need to continue to fulfill that.
We're not willing to watch this speak.
Just because I'm hearing a lot of conversation about back and forth ideas. I don't want to hold this project down because I think it's more of a beauty of us and our community and the people, but I really know that this course will
Sanchez?
Yes.
Thomas? Weber?
No.
Wegman? Winnicke?
Yes.
Motion fails. We're back to the original motion. I think we've had enough discussion. Mr. Davis?
If I may,
Just a few comments.
I'll do my best. I'll defer to Ms. Allen.
I just wanted to point out that in this area, we have our baseball, we have soccer, we have building cross country, and we have horse research all around us. And the golf course, so I see this as being an opportunity for synergy. We have a piece of golf where people like this are come and see the cross country and say, wow, there's parties over here and there, and it was good, it was like, it'd be fun. These are great, we got the bird, we got the water, all this natural habitat. I just like to mention all of that will go together with the meeting, and maybe a larger, we just overall.
Thank you. Mr. Davis?
Mr. Hochscheid alluded to, our mission here, and he favors the idea of acquiring open space. And I agree. I don't think there's anything more important that we do here. In fact, in our most recent referendum effort, I remember many trips out with Lori, doing the, road show, convincing people of that. And that will remain, a major focus for us. Now, that being said, part of our mission does include recreation, and we do own a golf course. I think John's right that, the golf industry has gone through a reassessment or a correction, if you will, and I guess if you were in the market to go buy a golf course, you could spend this much money and get one or maybe even more. We're not in the market to buy another golf course. I may even be back, in front of you talking about reducing our golf course holdings and discuss what to do with Deer Valley. But this one, whether we operate it as a golf course or not, is on land that we're not leaving. We, the county and Waste Management, are married to this parcel of land forever. Now, it's been operating as a golf course quite successfully for 30 years. So from a financial standpoint, we have a very solid history to look at that says, yes, it pays you back $3.5 million worth. And we've made some investment, but mostly we took the money and put it in the general fund and, let it just plug away. Now it needs our attention. And the good news is that in doing this, we get a chance to make it environmentally more sensitive, more playable for golfers, and we get to introduce new features that will allow us to program it in ways that we've never done. A driving range, practice facility, youth links lets you have programs for kids, for seniors, for families, and do things that will enhance revenue. Now, I live in the small business world, so a bottom line and expenses are very meaningful to me. I live that. And I think it's great that we have something here that actually does have a return on the investment. That's not common for us. But we're not a financially profitable, driven organization. We're public servants. And in those 30 years or thereabouts that we've provided this amenity, over 20,000 rounds of golf in bad years were played. I think in good years it was closer to 30. So this is something that the community has embraced and enjoyed for 3 decades. And we're now going to improve it so that even more of them can continue to enjoy it. And that is part of our mission. So I think what we're doing here is a solid investment. It's not very often that you get a chance to leverage your $2 million with 5 that's being given to you from the landfill fund and a grant. And the 2.1 million is in the budget because we looked at this 2 years ago in a retreat, and we prioritized this project as one of our top 2 or 3. We looked at the plan and the concepts and the phases, and we voted as a full commission and approved it. With that direction, we went out and did the work that we've done so far, spent somewhere in the neighborhood of $850,000 to get where we are, and yes, we got bids back that were higher than the estimate. Unfortunate, but not shocking, I think, in today's world. So we have an opportunity to move forward here with direction that's been given to us already over years. This is not new, this is not a surprise, or at least it shouldn't be. And the end result will be something better than we've ever had there. And the community will enjoy it.
Mr. Hanson?
Good morning and thank you. Just something that I hope all of our commissioners will keep in mind, regardless of how this vote turns out today, is that at some point we do need to do something with our Silver Golf Course. And in the background is Hughes Creek. And part of my concern has been mentioned here in short form is about the operation itself. And whatever improvements are made to this golf course, the management group is going to also be responsible for managing Hughes Creek. And I hope that we're very succinct and very deliberate in crafting the right RFP and the right request for an operational group that will make sure that they treat both these entities separately. You don't want to put all their management leadership into one course or the other. You don't want them to neglect the existing course and putting all their energy into the brand new course. Because we will see it. We will see Tom Skilling screw up a golf season with all of his rain and all of his bad weather, and then we'll see economics that change, and there's just a couple bad years of golfing revenue, maybe as a function of the economy. So I think finding the right operators, the right management group is critical, no matter what we do to this golf course, and also keeping in mind that they're responsible for managing Hughes Creek as well. And with that, I wouldn't be averse to the consideration of the Forest Reserve actually operating Hughes Creek as part of this long-term plan. So I'll be voting in favor of this today, but please do not forget about the most important thing is who we're handing these keys off to. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to call the vote now. Roll call vote. This vote is for the resolution and the bid to fund the golf course improvement.
Allen? Guerrero?
No.
Davis?
Yes.
Frost? Hanson?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
O'Shea? Iqbal? Cayos?
Yes.
Topi? Leonard? Lewis? Martin? Molina? Sanchez? Silva? Barrett? Burgess? Thomas? Weber? Wegman? Winnicki?
Motion passes. This is good discussion. This is the way it's supposed to be. We talked through committee and we got another chance to review it. So under ordinances 0561, an ordinance providing for the issue of not to exceed $22.5 million general obligation refunding bonds of the Forest Reserve District of Kane County, Illinois, for the purpose of refunding certain outstanding bonds of said Forest Reserve districts, provided for the levy of a district annual tax sufficient to pay the principal and interest on said bonds, authorized in the execution of an exo agreement in connection therewith, and authorizing the proposed sale of said bonds to the purchaser or purchasers thereof. Molina Reserve District of Kane County, and what we need is a motion to table this for 30 days because it has to remain open for public view. So is there a motion to table? Barbara Winnicki moves to table. Mark Davis seconds. This is, we can have a voice vote on this. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. New and unfinished business resolution authorizing commissioners' expenses attending the 2019 IAPD and IPRA annual conference in Chicago. Deborah Allen moves. Mr. Leonard seconds. Roll call vote.
Allen. Guerrero.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Frost. Hanson. Hernandez. Oshite. Iqbal. Cayos. Kopi. Leonard. Lewis. Martin. Molina. Sanchez. Silva. Starrett. Surges. Thomas. Weber. Wegman. Winnicki.
It's approved. Under communications, what's the date of the volunteer dinner? And that's a Thursday? March 26th. You're all invited to attend, and we always have at least 100 people there. We have over 500 volunteers that help us with the Forest Reserve. In fact, they were out last weekend when they were taking maple syrup over at Leroy Oaks. There was over 1,000 people attended that in 2 days. It was
the best one I've seen in years. The sap was actually flowing.
The trees let the sap fall down. There have been times when it's so cold. There would be, children could put their fingers down and taste the sap. That was kind of a nice thing. So tickets are available for the annual pork chop dinner, March 28th. Christopher Havlin has them here. And that would be on the 28th at the fairgrounds. And the 4-H runs this to finance their own operation. So I encourage you to see Christopher or anybody else and buy a ticket. We need put the reports on file. Penny Wegman moves. Dr. Silva seconds. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Now we need to adjourn. Susan Stern.